I am Jermaine Fowler with the Humanity Archive, where I tell the untold stories of history. Yeah, the Humanity Archive is where I tell the untold and underrepresented stories from history. And I started it a little over a year ago because I realized that a lot of stories from Black history weren't being told properly. A lot of the stories that I didn't get in school that I was realizing that needed to be told, and I felt like that there was a gap. There was this kind of Grand Canyon-like chasm between what I learned in school and then what I was reading on my own. So I wanted to bring that to the public in such a way where I could share that passion with them and that knowledge of Black history with the public. I think whenever I look at history, I tend to look at the best of the human traditions. And, I like to look at, for instance, the Black freedom movement, the legacies of those like Fannie Lou Hamer, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., to see the best of what people have brought forward to try to move our nation forward in a more democratic way. And that transcends Black or white, right? These are people who held up a moral banner. And there's a lot of examples of white people who did that too. So I think that people should look to history to see the best of the human traditions and see where they could place themselves within those traditions to move those ideas forward, so that we can all come together. I'm about building bridges and using history to build bridges between people, and not using it in a way a lot of people do to separate. I don't shy away from the tragic history in the Humanity Archive, and the ancient Greeks, that tragedy should invoke a sense of pity. I don't mean pitiful, but I mean pity in such a way where you look at someone and see what they went through. You feel what they went through, that you try to connect with them in an emotional way, in a feeling way, so that you can empathize with them. So a lot of times I'll look at those stories, like Ida B. Wells Barnett, who fought against lynching in America. And just those stories can really touch you. I'll look at the stories of slavery and see how those stories can really touch us, so that we don't repeat those mistakes, but that they can, help us connect to that in a way that is going to help us, again, not repeat them. But I think some of the history you hear is surprising. It is shocking. It can be tragic, but I think that we can use that to move forward in a more hopeful way. Black History Month is important to me because I think that for me, growing up, I didn't see a lot of the examples. I think it's something that I like to celebrate. It's that one time I think that we can say, hey, like, we can take and look at the Black experience in such a way where it's going to be appreciated more, it's going to be shared more, it's going to be celebrated in a way that I think a lot of times people don't other parts of the year. So I think Black History Month is a time of great celebration, but it's also a time to look at some of those tragic moments of the past as well, and see where we are in relation to those moments and what we still need to do to move forward as Black people in America today.